What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Super Barber Sampson. One of the things I hate, and this goes with the job, but I don't really hate it. I'm not gonna say I hate it, but I do hate it. One of the things I hate is when someone comes in and they give you a picture of somebody who they want to get a haircut like, and their hair is nothing like this person, but they expect you to make, create, build, tear down, I don't know, like, and just make them look like the person they gave you a picture of. I can't stand it. But you know your boy Super Barber Sampson, that's what he does and that's what he does. And I wanted to say that because as a barber, as a professional barber, for years, people have came in the barbershop and they've told me, hey, I want to look like this. I want to look like Denzel. I want to look like this. I want to look like that. And it's my job to give them, whether it's an illusion, whether it's to make them feel that way, whether it's to do my best to give them the same type of haircut. It's my job as a professional barber to do that. So that's what I do, and that's what I does. This dude right here, my boy, came in, normally gets a comb over, right? And not even a taper, but like he usually gets a fade, like a dark fade, but he always have this hair and flips it over. But today he comes in and he says, Samson, I want to look like Daddy Yankee. So, let's get it. Y'all ready? Alright, this is your boy Super Barber Sampson. Let's see if I can do that, if I can make it happen. Let's go! What's up, y'all? This is one of my great videos, but I cut this gentleman, man. He first found me on IG and cool cat, and he always come to me every other week or sometime once every 3 weeks or whatever. Gets his hair cut. See how his hair is looking, but what was so crazy about him is that, about my client, is that he said, I wanna, he came in and he normally gets, I kid you not, and I think I got some pictures, I'm gonna try to pull them up, but he normally gets a straight fade with a shadow fade, which is like a one on the sides, right? Mid fade, one on the sides, comb over. He combs it over, and that's it. Very simple, right? And for some reason, I don't know what was the epiphany that he got. I don't know what made him think that he can switch up. I don't know what got him to the place he's at right now. But he decided that he really wanted to change his whole complete look. So he wants a Daddy Yankee haircut. So I was like, how do you want a Daddy Yankee haircut, bro? You don't look nothing like that. He was like, I don't care. I like his haircut. I'm going to switch up. Can you do it or you can't? Let me know if you could do it, then let's do it. So I just typed it up on Google, Daddy Yankee, and we chose Daddy Yankee. Either gets two type of haircuts. Either he gets he gets three haircuts. He gets a mid fade, he gets a temper tape, or he gets a drop fade. All three of those haircuts. Out of those three haircuts, he said he wants the drop fade. So, in order to give him the look of Daddy Yankee, number one is we have to do some things with his hair. He said, I don't care what it takes. Just do what you got to do. Let's make it happen. I said, okay. So what you see me doing right now, I'm just taking all the bulk off. I believe that's a 3 that I have on his head. I'm cutting it all down to a 3, even all over, so I can have my canvas. I told you guys my canvas is what's important. Now what I'm doing, I'm getting my Babbless effects, and I'm giving them a ball fade. I'm dropping it low. You can't see, but I'm pulling it out. I'm flicking out, flicking out, flicking out. I'm never really stopping at the line at like a dead center stop. I'm always flicking out, even if it's a light flick out. Why? Because you don't want to have no hard lines that you can't take out, right? So also, this is the first time I'm giving him a skin ball fade. So I don't know what to expect. And let me tell you something, guys. If you never, I've cut people hair where you can't get the line out. I mean, when you use the clippers on the opposite end and you're digging into the skin versus then cutting up. And so what I've learned in my travels in cutting hair, that there's been people that they have hard skin and they have hard hair, and some of these people hair is just so different. Right now I have I use the ergos and it's open. I have the blade all the way open, and I'm just starting the first level. Going to the next guideline. Already had the first guideline down there with the bald Babbless effects, and now I'm going to the next step. Very, very simple haircut, right? What makes this haircut intricate is that he wants to look like Daddy Yankee, and so as a barber, right? What I've noticed is that we are living in the social media era, right? So because we living in the social media era, the most people coming to the shop now, I don't know if you remember, but years ago, so many years ago, not so many, but years ago, we used to have charts on the board, right? And on those charts, it would have cut 1, cut 2, cut 3, and it would have all these different type of haircuts. Usually it would have maybe 15 cuts or 10 cuts or whatever. But these cuts would be on this big poster, and it would show the different type of haircuts. Whether if you're using a white barbershop, it had white haircuts. If you're using a Spanish barbershop, it had Spanish haircuts. If you're using a black barbershop, you had black barbershops. If you're using an Asian barbershop, you had Asian haircuts, right? Black barbershop, black haircuts, right? And so normally people would sit in my chair, and I come from that era. So people would sit in my chair, and I remember buying the posters from the different distributors, and they would always have, oh, look at the new haircuts and so on and so on. So those times are so far gone. And I would like to wonder what happened to those companies who used to print up all those posters. Where are they now? But now Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and so on and so on and so on has taken over. And by them taking over, what they literally did was give us not just 10 haircuts, but give us thousands of haircuts, if not millions of haircuts, right in the palm of our hand, right? So because that's right in the palm of our hand, we're able to look, we're able to stretch it with our fingers and see and get the intricate details of the haircut. Some of the haircuts are live. It's not just on a poster and you just see what you get and you get what you see. You know, now some of the pictures you can kind of like, he told me Daddy Yankee. So I pulled up a video of Daddy Yankee. You see in the beginning and the intro. I pulled up a video of Daddy Yankee and I said, man, and I'm like, if you want to go for this look, we're going to have to do some things. And he said, what are the things? I said, well, first of all, your hairline is not as solid. You got a good hairline, but it's not as solid as it should be. And so he was like, okay, well, can we fix that? I said, yeah, let's do some enhancement. I said, we're going to make you look good. We're going to give you a straight forward shape up. And then eventually when you want to wash your hair. We're gonna put a little pomade in your hair to lay it down, because Daddy Yankee gives the effect. I don't know if he puts gel or some type of oil in his hair, but that's just, or maybe that's just the texture of his hair. I'm not 100% sure. I never cut Daddy Yankee hair, but based off of all of the videos, all of the pictures, he has a barber that blazes him. You know what I'm saying? He always have a good haircut. Never seen him with a messed up haircut. And so this gentleman here says, I want that look, bro. He's like, I want that same look. Like, and he really, and here's the thing about giving somebody a celebrity haircut, right? Their expectations are so high that you have to almost match or duplicate, right? And so I don't get too many of them, but I get them often enough to know that when people say, hey, I want a haircut, I want this, I want to look like Denzel Washington. That's different when they say, I want a haircut similar to this, but when they say, I want to look like Denzel Washington, like, I'm like, what? It's like, I want to look like Daddy Yankee. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, are you Puerto Rican? Like, he's like, no, I'm not Puerto Rican, but I want that look. So he has a right to have the look, whatever look he wants to look, right? And so, like, right now, you see, I'm just like, I'm flicking out. I'm just doing some fade work, taking out the lines, taking out the guidelines. Again, as I keep telling you over and over, it may not be simple to you guys because you guys are not having to arrive there, but I already have a canvas. I already know how the haircut is going to look just by basically looking off of a picture. And so what I'm doing is I'm just doing some blending. If you look in like right behind his ear, again, also, those are shadows based off of his skull. And because of his skull, I have to kind of do some other things and kind of like, do a little bit more blending work than I would normally do. Everybody don't have that. Some people have the little chunk of meat in the back of their head, and some other people have these, I don't know if you call them nuggets or whatever you want to call them, but right there behind his head, you can see like there's the protrusion of the skull. That's just the way he was born, and it's just like that, right? And so as you see the haircut coming together, it's starting to take its shape, it's starting to take its form and fashion, and I'm starting to take it to a whole nother level because, so what I'm doing right here is, am I giving him the identical haircut as Daddy Yankee? No, I'm not going to give him the identical, right? Because I'm not that barber. And even if I was that barber, I cannot possibly give him the identical haircut as Daddy Yankee. Why? Because he's not Daddy Yankee, right? So we could get things similar. And you can see like his hairline, he has a strong hairline, pretty straight. And all I'm doing is just cleaning him up. I'm not doing any hard pressing with the trimmers. All I'm doing is just simply just cleaning him up, giving him a shape, and because I'm going to put some enhancement in, and I'm also going to spray some coloring on his hair to kind of give him that look, and I'm going to use some pomade because if you see that left side right there on his hairline, he has a cowlick right there. And so it's like, what do I do about that? So I really believe that pomade would do the trick, right? And so that's what I believe is going to happen. That's what we're going to try. And let's see how it eventually works. And like, this haircut is so simple. It's easy, real easy to do. And so what I'm doing is staying on the outside of that cowlick. Cowlicks are dangerous. I hate cowlicks. Cowlicks are from the devil. All right? So if you cut somebody's hair and cut it the wrong way, I promise you, you will leave a spot if you're not paying attention to what you are doing. And so right now, I'm kind of just like, I'm after adjusting my camera, but I'm making sure that the canvas that I'm drawing on is right. I'm getting, before I finished or finished of polishing up the haircut, I'm putting some pomade on his hair. I'm giving him, now when you lay down the hair, remember, you're going to have some spots where you're going to see that was up, that it didn't really matter. Now the hair is laid down, so now you're going to have to comb, style. You're going to have to do things to his liking to kind of get that look that you want, right? And so you're going to have to reshape up, that's why I shaped up before. I shaped them up beforehand so I could have a guideline. So it's no difference. You can still get a guideline on the shape up, right? With after you put the pomade on. So you see that little cowlick area. I'm really all that hair. It laid down and it was able to be trimmed off and gave him the full hairline look versus than having that cowlick. If you look at that cowlick, it looked like it's basically gone, right? But it's still there, trust me. But that pomade is literally holding it down, making it stay where it want to stay. And so he's not even like really looking in the mirror. He's just like, man, I know he's like right now. And me and him talking a little bit. And I'm like asking him like, so what made you do this or whatever. And he's telling me the same thing. He's like, Sam, I'm tired of the same look I have. And that's what barbers are built to be. That's what barbers are for. Barbers are here to change people's day, right? I'm here to change the day. So right now I'm just putting some enhancement because I need to make this haircut pop because that's what he wants. So that's what I'm gonna give him. You see, what I do love about the enhancement, you can kind of brush it off and kind of like blend it in, do whatever you need to do to blend it in, get that enhancement to pop the way you want it to pop, right? And then I'm covering on the top, hitting the top area where that cowlick was at, going across the whole hairline. Before I do that, I'm getting the corners, I'm getting the edges, I'm blazing them, fading them out, doing a little brush work, getting that blending in that color, right? And this is basically it, guys. I mean, this is it, and this is really a simple haircut. But I used to do this a lot when I was inside of like when I was in Hollywood, doing a lot of like actors and stuff like that years ago. Like we would use, instead of using these air compressors that we have now, we would use like makeup compressors, and we would put dye in it and keep using water to get it to where we wanted to get it, and then we would use that to put it in the hair. And then we started using Beijing, but then we had to use temporary color because the temporary color is what will wash out. And these guys would just would act a part for that day, and then they would want to come back the next day, and they want you to hook them up. All right, this is basically it. This is the Daddy Yankee. Tell me what y'all think. Tell me how y'all feel about this cut, right? Let me know in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel. This is a basic fade. Boom, there you go, Daddy Yankee, right? Subscribe, like. If you want to continue to like and subscribe my videos, just keep liking, keep commenting, and I promise you I'm going to give you more and more fresh videos. Let's go!